to register for the Finance Challenge. We usually do a registration in the fall and the spring. You'll assimilate teams of 3 or 4. Those teams will then do an online assessment, and each part of the state. So we divide the state into quarters, and then the top 2 teams from each part of the state are then invited. So there's 8 teams invited from the fall competition. There's 8 teams invited from the spring competition. And then as the online portion closes, those top 2 teams in each region, quadrant of the state are then invited to the personal finance in-person challenge. So we have about 16 teams across the state. Some drive 2-3 hours to come. It's usually around Des Moines area. And what we do is we take those online assessments, and then they come and they actually study a case study about a family and some of the dynamics of their personal finance situation. And then the students become advisors to that family. So they get the case study, they wrestle through what the goals of the family are, some of the challenges of the family, and then they present to a panel of judges. So there's some studying involved, there's some presenting involved. We do some games throughout the day. There's lunch provided. And then at the end of the day, we have a winner. And so that winner then goes on to the national challenge. And at the national challenge, they represent the state of Iowa with other states across the nation. So if you have not gotten signed up, or if you're still kind of wondering, what is this finance challenge? It's a way for your students to be exposed to real life personal finance things. It's a way for your students to meet students from across the state. It's a way for you as a teacher to collaborate with other teachers and a network of professionals across the state. So I would really encourage you to sign up. It's a great opportunity, not only for students, but for you as teachers, and we hope to see you there.
It's kind of the first opportunity for them to get what they've learned in the classroom. They get a case study, so now they can take what they've learned and implement it to an actual family, just like they're going to do in real life. So hopefully when they get a situation like the family in the case study, they've already wrestled with that decision in their own life. So
starting out first was nerve-wracking. I was fortunate enough to compete last year at this event, so I don't know, having their first time was a lot of fun, learning a lot, just seeing different points of view and different perspectives on what to do with different things is always a good thing to have in your back pocket.
And I think financial literacy is definitely something that everyone should know about and use in the future.
This is probably our 8th year of doing this, and I watched some of the teams interact, and the fact that they can talk about personal finance on a normal level, like they would have any other conversation, to me is the benefit. I listened to teams from like last year, and even these teams talk about what I would never anticipate juniors and seniors talking about as a conversation.
It's kind of challenging to hit every single goal that they had, issue that they had in the hour.
And their wants.
And their wants. Yeah, it was fun to see it pan out in a real situation.
As the kids go through this experience, it's a chance to take, maybe it's things out of a textbook or things out of PowerPoint slides that you see in the classroom, and take that learned experience and transfer it to a real life event, right? All of them are going to leave the classroom someday, and they're going to be out in real life, dealing with things with their families and things with their own expenses and their own budgets, and seeing how do we make hard decisions, how do we figure out what needs to be cut, how do we prioritize what needs to be done. It's just a really good experience for them to see a real life example of the classroom come into life.
Doing just the test in school and being able to come to this it makes you feel super important and kind of furthers your knowledge in finance.
Yeah, definitely a different experience than what we've had for some, and I definitely enjoy it.
I definitely think it's super interesting. You don't really think about financials like this unless you have a situation, and I think it's a great thing because you have to think about it from their perspective.
It was a unique experience, and I enjoyed it. I learned some things, and I know it's very important for my future.
This is awesome because once again, it's really hard in the classroom to take what they're learning and apply it to real life. And so this is a way for them to release and take what they've learned and go ahead and figure out what the family is going to do and have what they struggle with, and give them concrete recommendations and apply what they've learned in the classroom.
Second place is Montezuma. Okay, congratulations. All right. And our first place team representing the state of Iowa at the national finals is Wolves 30.